Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sandraven here. I've got some Devpro recording duels for you guys today. I figured I'd upload something today because I want to start back up my channel. I haven't really uploaded anything since actually my birthday last year. So I figured I might just kind of try to upload more frequently if I get a chance to. So today I'm got some videos featuring Archfiends, a deck that no one's probably really ever heard of or played. So without further ado, let's get started. So in this first duel, my opponent is playing a very interesting concepted deck. Whatever. He is playing Agent Shadal's, as you can see here, by his lineup of his hand. So I'm going to start off with my Armageddon Knight, send my heirs to the graveyard, and adding the field spell to my hand. Setting 2 back row, Call of the Haunted, and Archfiends Roar. My opponent's going to start off by summoning up the Agent, the Mystery of Earth, adding to his hand Venus, and ending his turn. On his end phase, I'm going to change the end phase Archfiend's Roar, bringing back my heirs, just for it to be destroyed, triggering effect, adding Archfiend Cavalry. So, I start off by summoning my Archfiend Cavalry, activating the field spell, setting two face down Archfiend's Roar, and activating the spell card Drag Down, or Falling Down, to take control of his Earth. Here I'm just going to start swinging. I know this is obviously not going to be enough for a game, but considering he has the Venus in hand, it's going to lure him into paying more life points to get something done. Now, the effects of falling down makes it so during my opponent's standby phase, I take 800 points of damage. Kind of a price to pay to steal one of your opponent's monsters. Summons up his Venus. He's going to use the effect of Venus twice to summon two Mystic Shine Balls, going for an obvious Gachi play. Now, even though he has a monster to be able to attack over my two level 4s, he just decides to attack the Earth, dealing the most damage reasonably. And at this point, he's at 700 life points. I've got two level 4s. I mean, what else is there to say? Cowboy for game. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. So that's it for the first game. Um, pretty self-explanatory, interesting. Um, this next one is actually a very long match, and this is the bulk of this video. It is Infernities, as you can see by the break in his hand, versus my Archfiend deck. He starts off, he sets 5, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And here I just go for, actually I do nothing this turn, that's right. If he tries to summon anything, I've got the 2 Battle Faders in hand. I'm not going to be worried about attacks. He just draws into his barrier, kind of dead right now. I figured he probably has at least one MST, so I just set 2 face down cards. He does, and he destroys my Book of Moon. Kind of actually an important card to have on field against this, but what can I say? Oh well. He sets the barrier and a Necromancer. So at this point, stop beating around the bush. I just set the bottomless trap hole. Yes. He's just gonna end turn. Nothing he can really do. He's just got 5 back row and 1 monster. So now I just kind of figure, okay, I'm just gonna start making a little bit of a push. I summon up my blur. Can't even think. Summon Armageddon Knight, pitch the heirs, and add the cavalry. Here he just decides to deprison my monster, clears up a spot in his back row for him to be able to play Foolish Burial. This is where I knew, okay, fuck, I'm playing against Infernities. Great. And here he goes off with his big play. Summons the Archfiend. I bottomless trap hole it. I mean, even if he still gets his effect, but you know, I get him off the field. But he has the barrier face down, so that makes short work of it. Adds the launcher. activates the launcher, then activates instant fusion, summons up useless level 4 fusion, goes for a level chain, sends him and another necromancer to the graveyard, special summons both of them back using launcher's effect. Yeah, shit. Yeah, it's probably way too slow, this video, so I do apologize. But, here, I'm just like, yep, fuck you. Gonna go for a battle fader, not taking any damage this turn. And I'm like, okay, how can I get the most damage out right now? I go for my tour guide. Oh, excuse me. So I summon tour guide, use her effect, bring out an heiress, and he immediately meets it with a break, destroying my tour guide. I activate the field spell, banish my uh, battle fader, which he meets that summon with a bottomless shot pull. Just to get a little bit of damage out, I attack into his necromancer. He lets it die, and I try to take his other necromancer, knowing that he can easily trigger its effect. So he meets that with another break, gets rid of the one in the graveyard, and done deal. His turn. At this point, I'm just kind of facing down a whole shitstorm because I know he's gonna go off again, sends another copy of Archfiend to the graveyard, uses the effect of Necromancer, brings back an Archfiend. Ugh, this deck, so helmet. Summons another Necromancer, uses Necromancer's effect to switch it defense. Summons Key Beetle, targets his face down Fiendish Chain. Uses the effect of Necromancer to summon back the Archfiend, sets a face down break, and just attacks into my monster. Off of this, I search for another copy of Archfiend's Roar and Battle Fader again. So now my turn. What do I meet him with? I activate MST on the face down break, to which he chains to destroy my field spell. Or, no, he destroys my monster, that's right. It's at this point, I go into my Archfiend. I go banish the heiress to destroy the face down Dark Hole, and just deal some damage attacking into his monster before he, well, blows himself up. The troubles of that card. He draws a pot of duality, not a pot of duality, a upstart goblin, sets it, uses the effect of Key Beetle just to get rid of the attachment, summons a Archfiend using the effect of Necromancer, adds another Archfiend to his hand, summons that. He attacks, I chain my Archfiend's Roar, paying 500 to avoid all battle damage, use special summoning up my 3k beater. Of course, Archfiend's Roar effect destroys at the end of the turn, and yeah. So here, I'm just gonna end up soul charging just for the two monsters in my graveyard. The only two, actually, I remember that. Bring out Emperor and tour guide. He chains the Fiendish Chain, which wouldn't have been destroyed anyways, so then I'm just going to use the effect of the field spell. And here I kind of derp because I completely forgot about Key Beetle's effect and that this face down wouldn't be destroyed. So next, he just draws a deep prison, sets the deep prison, goes into my stroke to flip my non-Fiendish Chained one face down, and attacks over it with Key Beetle. Self-explanatory. So at this point, I'm sitting here with a stuck Emperor and one monster in my hand. Draw into Archfiend's Roar, which will help me immensely, as you'll see. Use the effect of my field spell to summon Trance Archfiend, my only other level 3 in the deck, level 4 in the deck. Bring out Exciton, uses effect, blow up the field, gets rid of everything except for his face down and his Maestroke, since they're the only ones that have targets, or since they could avoid damage. Destruction. Summons up his heiress. He attacks my monster. Again, activate his effect. Then chain Archfiend's Roar, allowing me to special summon back my Archfiend Cavalry, whose effect, when he is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, he can special summon back one Archfiend monster, but that monster cannot attack that turn. No problem here. Attacks into my monster. Yeah, oh well. Let's see here. So slow. Draw into my tour guide. Now, because of Emperor's effect, I can't I can't special summon any monsters except for fiends. So I can't go into a rank 3 here. Banish a roar to destroy his monster, and then I just start attacking into him for 5,000 damage, leaving him, I think, at 300. And he ends up dead drawing into a solemn warning. Sorry for getting ahead, it's really slow. So he draws into a solemn warning. Nothing he can really do, so he just decides to scoop up. That was game 2, and game 3, this one was another really just kind of helmet deck, and ugh. My opponent, as you can see here, is playing Lightsworns. Nothing untraditional there. He sets the Needlebug Nest and summons the Curry Bandit. Now, he ends up excavating, I think, three spell trap cards. I think a Needlebug Nest, a Lore, and a Solar Recharge. He takes the Solar Recharge. He did excavate a Minerva, which milled a yeah, that card. Beckoning of Light. So I just summon up my Cavalry, activate the field spell, just kind of swing for 24, just to get some damage in. Um, Sending a book, a bottomless, and I think a deep prison. Here he activates the Needlebug. He sends 2 copies of Eclipse Raven, searching out a Diablos and another copy of Judgment Dragon. I think he sent 2 Lightsworn cards. He summons a Lumina, which I immediately said, nope, I don't want you getting any cards back from your graveyard. Summons Blaster by banishing the 2 Eclipse Ravens. And he adds back the Diablos and the Judgment Dragon to his hand. I'm going to deprison his Blaster just to get off the field. And he just ends his turn with that. Now here, I don't think I have any Archfiend cards in my graveyard, so I can't use this effect unless I want to banish my other copy of, oh, why? Wow, I'm stupid. So I just end up attacking directly for the 24, I think, and he goes to his turn. I've got the bottomless set, I've got my cavalry. He summons the Diablos. I figured, okay, well, even if I use my bottomless, he's gonna banish that and he's gonna get out monsters. It's not really gonna do me much good. So he spins it to the top of my deck, summons up his JD, blows up my field, triggers the effect of cavalry. I bring out my Archfiend Emperor. Big mistake number 1. He has the Honest in hand, so why would he do that anyways? So he summons the last 2. He summons his second Judgment Dragon and summons a Raiden. He didn't get anything off of the mill. He did mill a Necro Gardener, which is actually kind of relevant, but irrelevant, unless you'll see. End phase, he's just gonna end up making a Felgrand, and this was his biggest mistake, as you're gonna see in a second. I looked at this and I'm like, I could win this if he makes one single mistake. Summon the Archfiend, banish the field spell, destroy target Felgrand. Instead of targeting himself, he targets my monster. Since my effect is now negated, I gain back all my attack points, as well as I'm unaffected by his Necro Gardener here. I don't think he can activate Honest at that point, but here he ends up losing, so it was a really great game. He really just kind of fell into a huge trap with some of those plays, but it was just hilarious. Um, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a nice. Be sure to like the video. Um, I'll hopefully try to do some more videos. Um, I'll probably end up changing my negated symbol. I forgot I have that on there. So yeah, if you guys like this, please be sure to comment down saying you want more or anything like that, and I'll be sure to do it. So thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day. Peace out.